Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel Exotic Infopedia. So guys, I'm starting a new show on my channel for those who are interested in considering different opinions and perspective on current global issues. It's called Exotic Perspective. As you've seen from the title, we are about to discuss Israel Palestine conflict. But before that, briefly discuss the history. The crisis came as the Israeli government was struggling for its survival. As Hamas, which Israel views as a terrorist group, was seeking to expand its role within the Palestine movement, and as a new generation of Palestinians was asserting its own values and goals. The dispute across the conflicting claims to the land that the Jewish people considered their ancestral homeland and sought to re-establish as a Jewish state, was also regarded as historically belonging to Palestinians by the Arabs. Now, the history of Israeli-Palestinian conflict began with the establishment of State of Israel in 1948. This conflict came from the intercommunal violence in Mandatory Palestine between Israelis and Arabs from 1920 and erupted into full-scale hostilities in the 1947-48 civil war. Arab and Israeli forces clashed for the third time on 5th June 1967 in what came to be called Six-Day War or June War. Public declaration of claims to a Jewish homeland in Palestine, including in 1897 First Zionist Congress and the 1974 Balfour Declaration, created early tensions in the region. Now at the time, the region had a small minority Jewish population, although this was growing via significant Jewish immigration following the implementation of the Mandate for Palestine, which included a binding obligation on the British government for the establishment in Palestine of a national home for Jewish people. The tension grew into sectarian conflict between Jews and Arabs. Now, attempts to solve the early conflict culminated in 1947 United Nations Partition Plan for Palestine and the 1947-49 Palestinian War, marking the start of a wider Arab-Israeli conflict. The current Israeli-Palestinian status quo began following Israeli military occupation of the Palestinian territories in 1967 Six-Day War. Despite a long-term peace process, Israelis and Palestinians have failed to reach final peace agreement. Progress was being made towards a two-state solution with 1993-95 Oslo Accord, but today the Palestinians remain subject to Israeli military occupation in Gaza Strip and in 165 islands across the West Bank. Now, the key issues that have stalled the further progress are security, borders, water rights, control of Jerusalem, Israeli settlements, Palestinian freedom of movement, and Palestinian right of return. Now guys, after knowing the brief history of the Israel-Palestine conflict, I give you opportunity to judge yourself that who's right and who's wrong. Based on the facts and figures that would help you to decide what's fair and what's not, you better be the judge and share your opinions in the comment section. Now let's discuss Israel's defense and military power. Now, aside from having strong military and strategic support from US, the Israel with the defense budget of $21 billion and being an unofficial nuclear power with the missile range of 8,000 kilometers and estimated 80 to 400 nuclear warheads, Israel is no slouch. With the land power of 170,000 military personnel, 1,600 tanks, over 6,000 armored personnel carriers, over 650 self-propelled artillery, and 80 plus multi-launch rocket systems, and don't forget the Iron Dome air defense system, and that's just the land power. They have 700 plus aircrafts in the Air Force, including 304 fighter jets including F-15, F-16, F-35, and 150 helicopters. Navy has 5 submarines and 3 corvettes. Now on the other side, Palestine has neither land army nor air force or navy. Now the country this powerful like Israel, which ranks in the top 10 most powerful militaries in the world, with an intelligence agency Mossad, which also lives in the top 10 best globally, how will they justify the atrocities in the country that is significantly weak when it comes to defense? As we all know and we all have heard, with great power comes great responsibility. In my opinion, a country this powerful should behave more responsibly, and ceasefire is the first step in that direction. Let's not forget, men, women, and children are dying each and every day in Palestine, and bombarding houses and workplaces can't be justified as an act of self-defense by Israel. It's heart-wrenching to hear that the children are traumatized at the level that they think bombs falling from the sky is a universal norm. As Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of United Nations said, and I quote, "If there is hell on earth, it is lives of children in Gaza." Now imagine yourself or your loved ones in a situation like this.
I'm always sick. I'm always, I don't know. I can't do anything. See all of this. What do you expect me to do? Fix it? I'm only 10. I can't even do anything this morning. I just want to be a doctor or anything to help my people, but I can't. I'm just a kid. I don't even know what to do. I get scared, but not really that much. I do anything for my people, but I don't know what to do. I'm just 10.
And that's just one of thousands of other tragic stories. That is why it needs to end. And I would like to end this video by a quote from Napoleon Bonaparte. The world suffers a lot not because of violence of bad people, but the silence of good people. What do you guys think of this? Share it in comment section and do subscribe and click the bell icon for more. Peace.